A few weeks ago, a woman sat in my office looking frustrated. Not scared, not weak, just frustrated. She said, "Doctor, I don't understand. I'm walking the same way I always have, but everyone else seems to be moving faster." And that line hit me hard, because she wasn't actually slowing down. Her body had changed its rhythm without her realizing it. And that shift, tiny as it seemed, carried a message her body had been trying to send for years.
I hear that same sentence all the time. People believe they are falling behind, but the truth is more gentle. The body adjusts silently as we age. Nerves fire a little slower, circulation hesitates, muscles lose their coordination before they lose their strength. And walking speed becomes the first clue, not of decline, but of imbalance.
That's what made her story so powerful. Her walking speed wasn't a failure. It was feedback, a scientific signal. Studies show that changes in walking speed predict brain sharpness, heart performance, and longevity far earlier than symptoms do. Her body was communicating. She just needed someone to help her understand the message.
And once you understand that message, everything becomes hopeful. Walking speed is not fixed. It is adaptable, trainable, correctable, and the improvements can be fast. When the right systems reactivate, seniors often walk smoother, lighter, and more confidently, sometimes in days.
And that's exactly what we're exploring today. What your walking speed reveals about the inside of your body, why it slows, and how you can fix it quickly and easily using simple science-backed habits. No gyms, no pressure, just small changes with big results. And later in this episode, we'll uncover one daily behavior that secretly slows walking speed more than aging itself. So, doctor, a lot of seniors listening right now are probably thinking, my pace has slowed, but I feel fine. So let's dig into this. When someone's walking speed dips, even slightly, what is the body actually trying to say?
It is saying one thing very clearly. I'm working harder than I should. Slow walking doesn't start in the legs, it starts deeper. It begins when the brain, nerves, muscles, and circulation fall out of sync. And the body adjusts quietly. It compensates. It protects itself. But that protection has a cost: reduced speed, reduced fluidity, and reduced confidence. Walking becomes effort instead of instinct.
And you're right. I see people all the time who believe nothing is wrong just because they're not in pain. But science says otherwise. A 2022 study found that even a tiny slowdown in walking speed can predict lower cardiovascular efficiency and decreased neural signaling long before someone feels symptoms. When the pace drops, the body is whispering. And if we ignore that whisper, it eventually becomes a shout.
Yes, but the beautiful part is this: the whisper is early, very early. The body gives seniors time to fix this, time to restore the pathways that make walking effortless. Because the problem is rarely weakness. The problem is inactivity, disconnection, a nervous system that hasn't been stimulated in the right way. When we reactivate it, the body responds quickly.
And that's what gives me so much hope. I've seen seniors regain years of mobility just by reawakening certain muscles and nerves. Their steps get lighter, their balance steadier, their confidence stronger. And often they say the same sentence: I didn't realize how slow I'd become until I started feeling fast again.
Exactly, because speed is a feeling. When circulation improves, the feet warm. When nerves fire faster, steps feel sharper. When posture shifts, the body moves with less effort. These small internal changes create a visible difference almost immediately. And that's why we must look at walking speed not as a symptom, but as a vital sign.
So let's break it down step by step. If someone listening right now feels their walking speed has dropped, what's the first system inside the body we need to look at?
The very first system is the nervous system, specifically the connection between the brain and the lower legs. Because if that pathway is slow, walking speed will always suffer no matter how strong the muscles are.
Doctor, let's go deeper. When walking speed starts dropping after 60, people immediately think it's muscle loss or just age. But that's rarely the full picture. So what's actually happening inside the body when someone suddenly walks slower?
The truth is surprisingly simple. The slowdown begins long before the legs weaken. It starts in the signals. The brain sends commands, the nerves deliver them, the muscles respond. But after 60, that communication becomes slower and less efficient. Not because of disease, but because of years of underuse, long sitting hours, shallow breathing, and reduced circulation. The brain hesitates, the nerves delay, and the legs move with more effort and less rhythm.
And that matches what I've seen too. Many seniors look strong, muscles intact, joints flexible, but their steps don't match their strength. It's as if the body has lost its coordination, not its power. Research from the University of Pittsburgh even found that walking speed declines faster than muscle mass, which means the nervous system plays the bigger role. When the signal slows, everything slows.
Exactly. And circulation is the next piece. Blood flow naturally decreases with age, especially to the lower legs and feet. When circulation hesitates, the muscles don't receive oxygen quickly. They fatigue faster, they recover slower. That leads to shorter steps, slower gait, and the feeling that walking is more work than before. The legs aren't weak, they're underfueled.
And here's something most people never consider. The soleus muscle, the second heart in your lower leg, starts going dormant. Not weak, dormant. After 60, this muscle often goes to sleep from years of sitting, from stiff ankles, from low activity. And when the soleus goes quiet, blood doesn't return to the heart efficiently. That means slower steps, heavier legs, and reduced endurance.
Yes, the soleus is crucial. It pumps blood upward, it stabilizes the ankles, it sets the pace for walking rhythm. When it underperforms, the entire gait slows, and seniors blame the knees, the hips, or their shoes. But the issue is often deep in the lower leg, a muscle they can't even see.
That explains why so many older adults say, "I walk every day, but I feel slower." Walking alone doesn't wake up the soleus enough. It taps it gently, but not enough to restore its function. And that's why routines designed specifically to reactivate this muscle have been shown to improve walking speed in weeks, not months.
And then there's posture. As posture shifts forward with age, even slightly, the body's center of gravity changes. The legs must work harder to keep balance. Steps shorten. Walking speed drops. This isn't weakness either. It's mechanics. A small forward tilt can slow the entire gait system.
So what we're seeing is that walking speed isn't about age at all. It's about signals. It's about circulation. It's about posture. It's about a few critical muscles that quietly fall asleep after 60. And once we understand that, everything becomes fixable. Quickly.
Yes. And that's the most uplifting part of this episode. Walking speed can improve dramatically. Seniors can regain pace, fluidity, balance, and confidence by reawakening the systems that support movement. The body is not giving up. It is simply waiting for the right cues.
Doctor, now that we know why walking slows down, let's give people the good news. Walking speed isn't just something that declines. It's something that can bounce back. Fast. So what's the very first, most powerful step seniors can take to improve their walking speed safely and quickly?
The first step is simple. You must wake up the lower leg muscles that control pace and rhythm, especially the soleus. This muscle acts like an engine, but after 60, it often goes silent. When you reactivate it, walking becomes lighter, faster, and smoother almost immediately. And you don't need equipment. You don't need long workouts. You just need slow, controlled movements that remind that muscle to do its job again.
And the beauty is that these movements are tiny, gentle, safe. They're more like signals than exercises. Even seniors with arthritis, joint pain, or balance issues can do them. That's why research shows such fast improvements, because you're not forcing the leg to work harder, you're teaching it to work smarter. And when the nervous system reconnects, gait speed increases naturally.
Exactly. One of my favorite movements is the slow heel raise while sitting. Both heels lift. Both heels lower, slowly, with intention. This awakens the circulation pump. It restores blood flow. It reactivates the nerves that fire during walking. And when seniors do this just a few minutes a day, their steps begin to feel lighter within a week.
And another key part is posture. Even a small forward shift in posture, a few degrees, can slow walking speed dramatically. Because when the head drifts forward, the legs must work harder to keep balance. But when we bring the spine back into alignment with simple daily cues, steps open up, the legs move more freely, and speed returns without effort.
Yes, posture and walking speed are deeply connected. When the body stands balanced, the walking rhythm becomes efficient. The legs stop compensating, and seniors feel like they're gliding instead of pushing. This is why gentle posture resets done daily can speed up walking more than stretching or long walks.
And here's something else seniors don't expect. Walking speed improves dramatically when you increase foot awareness. Not strength, awareness. When the brain reconnects to the feet through slow, mindful steps or light ankle mobility work, the stride becomes more confident, and confident steps automatically become faster steps.
That is true. The feet are the first messengers of movement. When they stiffen, the whole gait stiffens. But when we release the ankles, activate the toes, and restore flexibility in the arch, the entire gait becomes smoother. Seniors often say they feel more connected to the ground. That connection is speed.
And let's talk about rhythm. The body walks best when it finds a natural rhythm, not forced, not rushed, but steady and balanced. When we teach seniors how to find that rhythm again, with short, intentional stepping drills, the brain adapts instantly. It's almost like tuning an instrument. Once the rhythm is back, speed follows.
Yes, rhythm is everything. It aligns the breath, it aligns the posture, it aligns the nervous system. And once rhythm returns, walking stops feeling like work. It becomes automatic again. And when walking is automatic, speed increases without strain.
So the fast fix is not complicated. You wake up the soleus, you loosen the feet, you realign posture, you restore rhythm, and the body responds immediately. For many seniors, their first improvement isn't speed, it's confidence. They feel safe again, they feel steady again, they feel capable again.
And that confidence becomes the real engine. When people feel safe, they move more. When they move more, the nervous system strengthens. And when the nervous system strengthens, walking becomes faster, smoother, and more enjoyable. That is the cycle we want. One small habit creating a cascade of improvements.
Doctor, let's talk about what seniors actually start feeling when their walking speed improves. Because when someone hears faster gait, they think it just means moving quicker. But it's so much bigger than that. What are the changes seniors usually notice first?
The very first change is lightness. The legs stop feeling heavy. Steps feel easier. People say it feels like someone turned the power back on. That's circulation improving. When blood flows freely again, the muscles receive oxygen. The nerves fire faster. The brain feels clearer. And the entire walking pattern becomes effortless instead of tiring.
And that's what so many people don't realize. Walking speed isn't just a leg issue. It affects energy, mood, stability, even confidence. When speed improves, people feel more awake in the morning. They feel more capable getting out of a chair, and they stop gripping the railing every time they walk upstairs. That sense of independence returns quickly.
Yes, and balance is another major improvement. Faster walking is not about rushing. It's about coordination. When the nervous system reconnects to the legs, the body becomes more stable. Seniors sway less, they catch themselves more easily, and their fear of falling begins to fade. Even a small increase in speed makes the body more responsive.
I've seen that too. I've had patients tell me, I feel like my legs finally belong to me again. That's a powerful shift, because slower walking often makes people feel cautious, hesitant. But once their gait becomes smoother, they start trusting their steps again. They walk with purpose instead of fear.
And another benefit that people love is the improvement in endurance. Suddenly, they can walk longer distances without stopping. They breathe easier. They don't feel drained halfway through the grocery store. This happens because faster walking means better efficiency. The body uses less energy to achieve the same movement, so fatigue drops quickly.
And let's mention something that surprises almost everyone: mood. When walking speed improves, people feel happier, more optimistic, more motivated. This is because faster walking increases blood flow to the brain. It improves neurotransmitter balance. It wakes up parts of the brain responsible for focus and emotional steadiness. It's not just a physical upgrade, it's a mental upgrade.
Yes, that mental shift is one of the most rewarding changes. When seniors feel strong in their steps, they feel strong in their decisions. Confidence grows, anxiety drops, and many describe a sense of coming back to themselves. Walking is not just movement, it is identity, it is independence, it is dignity.
And all of this appears much faster than people expect. Seniors often report changes within 2 weeks, sometimes even sooner. Their feet feel warmer, their steps feel steadier, their pace picks up naturally, and they start saying things like, "I feel like I got 10 years back."
And that is the message I want people to hear. The body does not give up after 60, it responds, it adapts. It improves quickly when given the right signals. Walking speed is not a fate, it is a reflection. And when you change the reflection, the whole body rises with it.
Doctor, let's make this practical. Seniors listening right now are thinking, this sounds great, but how do I actually fit these changes into my day? And the good news is, they don't need an hour. They don't need a gym. They just need the right habits, placed in the right moments. So what's the easiest way to build these improvements into daily life?
The first key is rhythm, not intensity, not time, rhythm. Short, intentional cues built into moments you already have. For example, every time you sit down or stand up, do a slow heel raise while seated for just 30 seconds. This wakes the lower leg muscles and activates the circulation pump. Just one small signal. But repeated daily, it reshapes the entire walking system.
And here's what I love about that. You don't add a new task, you attach it to something you already do. Seniors sit dozens of times a day, morning coffee, breakfast, reading, watching TV. If they use just one of those moments to wake up the soleus, they begin training the nervous system without feeling like they're exercising at all.
Exactly. The second cue involves standing tasks. Brushing your teeth, cooking, waiting for the microwave. During any of these moments, a simple slow calf raise brings the muscles into active duty. It retrains balance, it improves foot awareness, and it tells the body, stay awake, stay coordinated, stay ready. These tiny movements accumulate quickly.
And posture is another easy win. Every time you walk through a doorway, take 1 second to straighten the spine. Bring the head back slightly, relax the shoulders. This resets your center of gravity and teaches your brain the correct alignment for faster, easier walking. Just a 1 second cue, but it changes everything.
Yes, and breath is deeply connected to walking speed. Many seniors breathe shallowly without noticing it. This slows oxygen delivery and weakens rhythm. So at least twice a day, morning and evening, take one slow breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Deep breath, slow exhale. That moment of oxygen helps circulation and improves the neural signals that coordinate your steps.
And here's something people don't expect. Foot awareness can be added in the simplest moment. Putting on shoes. Before slipping them on, flex the toes. Roll the ankles gently. Wake up the feet. This brings the nervous system online and immediately improves walking smoothness. It's a small ritual that prepares the body for the day.
Very true, and hydration is another secret weapon. Even mild dehydration slows nerve conduction and tightens the muscles of the lower leg. That leads to slower walking speed. A small glass of water in the morning and another in the afternoon can improve gait more than most people realize. Water is the simplest form of circulation support.
And what you're describing is so empowering. None of these steps require strength. None require long routines. They just require consistency. A few seconds here, a small movement there. And within weeks, seniors feel like their legs respond differently. They walk with ease instead of effort.
Yes, and that's why this approach works. It meets the body where it is, it respects the stage of life, and it uses moments that already exist to restore movement, energy, and confidence. The body loves consistency, and when you give it these small cues every day, even for seconds, it begins rebuilding itself naturally.
So, for anyone listening, here's the takeaway. Improving walking speed isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right things at the right times. Attach these cues to daily habits. Make them automatic. Make them simple. And your body will respond faster than you think.
And the wonderful part is that these small changes ripple through every part of health. Energy rises, stability improves, mood lifts, and independence returns. These habits are not exercises, they are invitations, gentle signals that tell your body, you are ready to move again.
Doctor, this is the part everyone needs to hear. Because improving walking speed isn't just about doing the right things, it's also about avoiding the wrong things. And there are a few everyday habits seniors don't even realize are slowing them down. So what's the first mistake you see most often?
The biggest mistake is sitting too long without breaks. Seniors often spend hours in the same position, reading, watching TV, scrolling on a phone. When the legs stay still, the nerves quiet down, the circulation drops, and the muscles go into sleep mode. Then when someone stands up, they feel stiff, slow, heavy. It isn't aging, it's inactivity. The solution is simple: short breaks every hour. Even 30 seconds of movement resets the system.
And another big mistake is shuffling. Many seniors start taking tiny steps without realizing it. They think it feels safer. But shuffling actually slows neural activation and shortens stride even more. It tells the body, move cautiously, move small. And over time, the nervous system adopts that as the new normal. That habit alone can take years off walking speed.
Yes, shuffling is silent, but damaging. Another major mistake is walking with the head forward. When the head drifts even a few inches ahead, the entire gait slows. The legs must compensate. The back tightens, the steps shorten. This posture also reduces oxygen flow, which slows brain processing and walking rhythm. A simple posture, reset, lifting the crown of the head, can immediately improve gait.
And we need to talk about shoes. Many seniors wear soft, overly cushioned shoes that feel comfortable but reduce foot awareness. They numb sensation. They weaken ankle control. They make the body rely on the shoe instead of the nervous system. And that disconnect slows walking speed dramatically. Seniors often feel unstable without knowing why.
That's absolutely true. Another mistake is walking too fast, too soon. Many people try to speed up by forcing their legs. But forced speed creates tension. It disrupts rhythm. It increases the risk of tripping. Walking should feel smooth, not rushed. The goal is to restore coordination, not sprint. Seniors should focus on fluid steps, not fast steps. The speed increases naturally once the rhythm returns.
And here's a big one that surprises people. Breathing wrong. Shallow breathing tightens the core, reduces oxygen flow, and fatigues the legs. When seniors hold their breath while walking, they tire quickly. And tired legs are slow legs. But when breathing becomes rhythmic, the steps follow that rhythm, and speed improves without effort.
Yes, breath is often ignored. Another mistake is skipping warm-ups. Seniors often begin walking immediately without waking the muscles. The result is a slow, stiff first minute. This trains the body to walk slow. But when people add a 30-second warm-up, like heel raises or ankle circles, the entire walking pattern becomes smoother from the first step.
And let's address the emotional side of this. Many seniors fear falling, even if they've never fallen before. That fear creates tension. Tension shortens steps, and short steps slow everything down. So when someone says, "I feel slow," sometimes they're not slow at all. They're cautious, and caution becomes habit.
Exactly. Fear changes walking more than weakness does, which is why confidence-building exercises matter. When seniors feel stable again, their steps open up, their gait becomes natural, and their speed returns quickly. The mind drives movement just as much as the body.
So these mistakes, long sitting, shuffling, bad posture, overly soft shoes, forced speed, shallow breathing, no warm-up, and fear are not aging. They are habits, habits that slow walking over time. But once seniors replace these with simple cues and movements, their pace can improve dramatically.
Yes, and that's the message I want every listener to remember. Walking speed does not decline because you are old. It declines because certain systems go quiet, and when you reactivate them, the body responds with surprising strength. You can walk faster. You can walk steadier. You can walk with confidence again. Age does not control that. Awareness does.
Doctor, everything we've shared today points to one truth. Walking speed isn't fate, it's feedback. And when seniors understand that, they regain control. They walk differently. They feel different in their own bodies. And they realize something powerful. Slow walking was never the problem. It was the message.
Yes, and once they decode that message, the body responds quickly. The nerves fire faster. The feet feel lighter. The mind becomes clearer. And their ump and their confidence returns in ways they never expected. But there is still one missing piece. Something we haven't talked about yet. Something that changes walking speed more than any exercise or posture cue.
And it's the part that surprises people the most, because it has nothing to do with age, nothing to do with weakness, nothing to do with strength. It's a simple daily habit almost every senior does without thinking, one that quietly slows their nervous system and reduces their stride length every single day.
That habit is subtle. It hides inside your routine. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. And fixing it can transform your walking speed almost overnight. We'll be breaking it down fully in the next conversation, step by step, so you can correct it before it steals another year of movement.
If you've felt your steps getting slower, if you've noticed your energy dipping, if you've wondered whether your pace is telling you something, you're going to want to hear what's coming next. Because the real secret to faster walking isn't just in the legs, it's in the one place almost nobody checks: